What is up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile here for an Ogdoadic control combo deck. So we have Liam here actually showcasing his deck. So with that being said, let's just see what's actually there.
Yeah, let's get into it. So first up is the snakes. We have one copy of Zohar. Turn them around this way actually. Yeah. You sort of need him as he can be an additional normal summon if you don't get to your Alistair. Then we run 3 copies of the best starter of Nunu. So you just play a 3 of the 2 light and dark snakes, Noya as well. So they're the good ones that you can discard and then add or send a light and dark respectively to the graveyard for either of those. So this is the main guy you want to combo with Alistair, which we'll show you later on. Then for the big snakes, we run 1 curse. He's very crucial for the combo. Then the big deity himself. Alert is the other one, which is you contribute 1 monster on the field in order to special summon them. So these 2 come up both in the combo. And then 1 copy each of the big one of the king and the queen. So these guys, if you can get them on the board, they're pretty good to control your opponent. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to summon these guys out during the main combo, but they give you follow-ups on the next turn. The king is really good because if your opponent adds a card to their hand other than during their draw phase, you can just send another card from their hand to the graveyard. And the queen is similar. If they special summon something from the graveyard, you can send a card on their field to the graveyard as well. And then the deity just board wipes. So that's it for the snakes. Along with those, we play 3 copies of Water Lily as well, which lets you send a reptile, and if you have 5 reptiles with different names in the graveyard, you can special summon, which means you can also special summon the one that you send to the graveyard. There's a lot of interesting plays with this with other reptile monsters as well, like Masked Chameleon, but we don't play that in this deck. And then of course, the finally playable card, Snake's Reign, which is obviously insane. You can discard 1 card and then send 4 reptile monsters from your deck to the graveyard.
This was a reprint, right?
Yeah, and it's just broken. And like if you draw this and you can get it off without it getting negated, you can do your full combo without having to go through all of the other steps. Alright, so that's it for the snakes basically. And then for our Invoked engine, we play Terraforming to search our magical meltdowns, which we play 3 of. And then we play only 1 invocation. You can play 2 if you want, if you're scared of losing it. In a previous build with some other aspects of the Chaos deck, I found that you can mill it occasionally, and that's a really bad, feels bad, but because this deck doesn't do any milling and stuff, you don't really worry about it too much, and you can usually find a way to get it back. And then obviously 3 Alistair to go along with that. So that's our Invoked package. For hand traps, there's 6 spots for hand traps. At the moment we're just playing Ghost Spell and Ash Blossoms. You can basically play anything you like in this section. Even Gamma is quite good because when you're using the snakes, even the spell cards as well, you're just sending stuff from your hand to the graveyard, so you don't have anything on the field, and you can just Gamma them when they try and Ash you or something like that. Which is quite useful, but you can play anything you want. And in the side deck, we don't have a side deck for this profile, but you can play stuff like Nibiru or Lancia and stuff like that, depending on what you're versing as well. So Ghost Spell is pretty good against Dragon Link and things like that, so they're just generically pretty good.
So there's quite a bit of flexibility with the deck, right? Yeah,
in terms of the hand traps, you can fit in basically anything you want. You could bump up the count a bit more if you wanted to. The combos typically are 2 card combos though. It's kind of difficult to combo with just 1 card, especially if you're going first, because like if you're just using Alistair, you can't really build much of a board, especially in this version compared to like a more involved Invoked deck.
Yeah.
So in terms of the Chaos cards, we play 1 Chaos Emperor Dragon, we play our Chaos Creator and Chaos Levineer as well, and then the 2 baby Chaos Dragons, as well as Chaos Space to go along with it. So we're basically just playing this package because Chaos Space lets you extend through getting hand trapped pretty much if you've got stuff that you can discard, and then they're pretty broken because they can just give you a bunch of advantage. The Chaos Creator in particular, if you draw that after you've done your combo, it lets you finish on an even more ridiculous board. The Chaos Emperor unfortunately can be a little bit bricky because if you don't have access to any of these, then you can't really use its effect. So it's better late game. So you can decide to take this out if you want to. As you can probably tell by my mat, Chaos Emperor Dragon's my favorite card, so I'm just running it anyway, even though it might not be the best choice. And then for the last 3 cards in the deck, we've of course got to play
Dragoons,
the Dragoons package. So there's our bad artworks, because I don't have the original ones with me, unfortunately. So there's those. And now for the extra deck, we've got 14 main cards. You can change up the extra deck a bit if you want. I haven't really settled on the 15th card, but we'll go through some options that you could play as well. So first of all, you've got Echidna, which is just a link to reptile to get you out of the lock if you can't go into your King of the Feral Imps. It also allows you to set a monster in opponent's field to 0, with which, using the Draglubion combo, allows you to OTK going second. Then we've got Artemis for Alistair, so we can just combo with the 1 card. Cross Sheep, super important for the main combo in the deck, and then Verde, obviously. Then we play a lot of rank 8s, so Dingirsu, along with Draglubion, Numeron Dragon, and Hope Harbinger. Obviously, with Draglubion, you can either summon these one way or the other to OTK with Numeron Dragon on top, or Hope Harbinger if you just want to negate as well. And Ding's just super fantastic because he provides you protection if you can make him, and the ability to send is like the only way in the deck you can out certain things. Obviously Dragoons is pretty busted for that, but there are some things you can run into that you have to be able to send them. Then we play Abyss Dweller as well, because you can make rank 4s pretty easily as well. You're probably not going to end your full board with this as well. This might just be the case where you know that the deck you're versing, if you just summon this, like if you had Lancia or something like that, you're just going to win the game because they can't play, basically. And then King of the Feral Imps for the combo to add a reptile from your deck to your hand. And then for 2 more Xyz, we also play the Rika Queen Striana, I think, and the new Sacred Tree Beast, Hyperatron, which is kind of our replacement for True King of All Calamities. Obviously you can't use this to summon all True King anyway, but it's a really good because it's just basically a free negate. You can also add spell or trap cards to it if you play any of those, and then negate that type, so it's sort of like another Macabre. And the way it works is because the reptiles, when they're in your graveyard, they tribute monsters on your field. When this girl's tributed, she can summon out another plant Xyz monster and attach herself to it as well. And then for our fusions, the 1 Macabre and the run Red Eyes Dragoon. In terms of the other slots that we can have in the deck, you can also do, say, Invoked Rage-In if you're versing Tribe Brigade or something like that, if you want to get rid of the barrier statue from being a problem. You can also, if you're running the Secure Gardener and Almirage package, you can run Purgatrio as well. Although even with Ash Blossom as well, you could run Purgatrio if you wanted to in this deck. Because we're using the Invoked combo just to sort of set up our board, not really to recycle it as much. You typically don't go into a second Invoked monster, but it usually would be probably better to run a second Invoked as well. And then for the 15th card, you could say run Access Code Talker or a Pulsar as well, or the Purgatrio as we mentioned before, so that wraps up the extra deck as well. And then we'll show you a combo as well, the main combo in the deck.
Yeah, we'll do that in the next video, but with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, definitely drop a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, it really helps. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you all next time.